Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Today we have two meets that we're about to cover. Yesterday was my birthday. I didn't get a lick of anything. Obviously, you guys know I'm a little bit behind on these track and field meets, but we're going, and I'll be catching up with the NCAAs next weekend. But here we are. We have two Continental Gold Tour. First, we're going to cover the one that occurred on June 3rd, which is 2 days ago. The fourth arena Szewinska Memorial. That was in Poland. Both of the meets in Poland. I'm not going to go over everything. A lot of these athletes that are here, actually, they winded up competing in today's meet. So what I will cover would be we're going to have Novicki. He's going to win today's hammer throw and that one. He actually improved on today's meet. But Elijah Hall, he thought he broke 10 seconds, and then he thought he had a 9.95. He was celebrating. He said, "Yes, finally I did it." And then they corrected it to 10.02. He was going against a slight headwind, so this is still pretty good for him. He's got a 10.02 against a slight headwind, so that means he's gonna be looking pretty good, actually, if you really think about it, because from one perspective, most of these meets, they have some kind of wind with them, usually a tailwind. But it's been all over the place this year in particular, either extreme tailwinds or extreme headwinds. So we're going to see. But he's right there. So I wanted to highlight that for the USA. Mike Rogers, as he shows up to virtually every meet, he is the face of track and field if we got to give one. A face of track and field, not from like the speed perspective, but man, this dude shows up. He's a track and field athlete. All right, he's a track and field athlete, so he's going to be in today's meet as well. So then going over to the men's 800, 144.31. Tony Van Diepen qualified. He's gotten under the qualifying mark for the men's 800. He was trying to make the team. That was good for him. The top, I think, seven athletes, even this athlete from Kenya, two-way, actually made those qualifying marks. So they don't have to really worry about it too much. They can then focus on some other things. 1500, and then I'm going to go over to today's meet. Muhammad. I thought this was my former teammate that went to Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. When I heard Muhammad, and then I saw him, I'm like, maybe he looks a little similar. I think he's a little young. And I had to make sure. And then I said, oh, yeah, his name isn't spelled the same. I made sure just in case my eyes might not have remembered. It's not my former teammate there. But congratulations to him for winning. The 110-meter hurdles, Jamal Britt, USA, got that one. Nothing too much to stand out there, I don't think. I think over to the men's 400-meter hurdles, Khalifa Rosser, he looked at the time. I don't know if he was disappointed in the 48.23. It kind of looked like he was, but he was doing pretty well. He's going to try to make the World Championship team this year. Let me see. I thought I had a mark over one more thing. Michelle Lee IE winning the women's 100 meters over Rosa. She thought she was disqualified, a false start. It was the equipment, so she was fine. It was about two delays. Gina Bass got third. And then the women's 100-meter hurdles. That's the thing that I had a mark on here. Let me go down here. Tia Jones. Now, Toby Amusan. Amusan is almost always there, but then she just doesn't get it. She was so upset with herself. She was really upset with herself. I didn't get the screenshots this time. You all know that I love getting screenshots to be able to use them in some headers later or something like that, but no. Tia Jones winded up staying strong. She kept her form. Everything was there. She actually looked technically sound. And then Toby Amusan, she's always got this really dramatic. Amusan is always dramatic when she's over it. It's always entertaining watching her. But it'll be a little bit more entertaining for me if she can get a win. Now, she could win earlier season track and field meets, but the thing is, she hasn't been able to get them as consistently as in her past season. She can usually get a win at these regular meets, and then later on at the championship, then that's where she's struggling to even medal But now she's not even getting the wins at some of these regular meets. So that's starting to make me look at her a little bit sideways. And I know that's why she was a little bit disappointed in herself, because she's not even able to get some of these regular ones. But nothing to worry about. Maybe it switches up. If she sacrifices and gets second, third, or something like that during these regular ones, hey, if she could get a win, it's going to be hard against Camacho Quinn. But if she could get a win, hey, it's all worth it. If she could get a silver or something like that, that'll be worth it for her. So let me go over to today's meet here as I'm getting all these WhatsApp messages. Remember, guys, I do a lot of international business and things. So here we go. Men's hammer throw. Nowicki, he improved his mark from the meet on the 3rd. So he came here with an 81.58 in the hammer throw. That was the best throw this season. Then we got Anna Wlodarczyk of Poland as well, 75.76. She's, or Anita. Why did I say Anna? Anita. She's always there. She's going to be one to contend against, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't she multiple world and Olympic champion? She won the Olympics last year in the women's hammer throw. Wait a minute, not women's hammer throw, but got 4th, I think, last year, actually. But she's always there at the Olympics. So until our American actually started to trounce over. I sometimes I get the discus and the hammer throw mixed up there as I'm trying to speed through these so I can get to the Rabat Diamond League that just started. So we got Cisse right here from the Ivory Coast to 1024. Congratulations to him. This isn't a particularly fast one, but hey, every meet isn't going to be fast, right? Every meet isn't going to be fast by the standards of the very best. Everybody else has their time to shine, and the head-to-heads are very important. This is an entertaining race. So that was pretty good. Muhammad got second. Mike Rogers, like I said, he proved his time from the other day. So that's pretty cool because he was a 10-4 something. Now he's a 10-37. So Mike Rogers, he just shows up to everything. He's showing up, collect the check, show up, collect the check. He's paying his bills. Hey, he's a track and field athlete if I ever seen one. So here, the men's 400. Now, this one, I think you guys, if you have not seen it, go definitely, if you don't see it on the live, if you didn't see it on the live, catch this one. This was, and the women's 400. It was like lead change upon lead change. Santos is very, very not himself from years ago. Santos is definitely not, he's I guess, a shell of his former self. And for those that don't know, Santos was the Olympic 400-meter silver medalist in London. Then he came back in, I think it's Moscow. Was that in Moscow in 2013 World Championships? He got a bronze. And then in the Beijing 2015 World Championships, he got 4th. So he had been on a steady decline. He was also the U20 championship in 2012 as well. So, I mean, he was 17 at the time. Like I tell everybody, same thing with the Williams, same thing with anybody else. Sometimes we look at some athletes and then say, what happened? They were so good when they were young and then they didn't transition. Puberty hits everybody different. Remember, guys are still growing all the way until they're about 23 or something, because our just the overall body and everything is developing a little bit differently or slower than a woman's. So even it still affects women too. Like I said, I referenced when I was looking at the cross-country athletes. If you look at the cross-country athletes, and sometimes the sprint athletes too, but it's just more it's more apparent when you see the cross-country. For example, Illinois, you can see a freshman or a sophomore doing very well and sometimes even winning a state meet like that. And then by the time their junior, senior year, they're going through full-blown in their puberty and everything, hips wider and everything like that, and they're struggling. It just hits everybody a little bit differently. And so Santos may have been one of the casualties of maybe his body developing, and he just was not able to keep up with that. But hopefully I'm pulling for him that he can qualify and then make the finals. I'd like to see him in the finals of the World Championships this year and then see what he can do. But Ogando, he wound up coming through with a late surge. Nene or Nini of South Africa got second, so 44.68 for Ogando of Dominican Republic. So men's 800, Dobek of Poland, He came through with a late charge. It was like 5th place. He came through on the side, 1:44.49. That was an exciting 800-meter race. Obviously, I went at length in the 400. Both of these were pretty good, but that 400, I swear, go and watch that one. That was actually pretty exciting. But here in the 800, Robert, he was trying to hold on for France. He just got nipped, as you saw at the line, 1:44.53. And then De Arriba, Spain, 1:44.85. His compatriot, Ben, 1:44.93. This was an overall very, very decent race. It was paced out to perfection on the first lap by our pace setter from Poland. Go and watch that men's 800. Men's 110-meter hurdles. Rafael, I don't want to slaughter the name even more than I did, from Brazil, 13:28. So with a 0 win, it was just nothing right there. So this was an okay by the times. These were just fair times right here, right? So looking at these were more important on the head-to-head. Poland's athlete Damien got in 2nd, and then Aaron Mallet of USA in 3rd. South African athlete getting in 4th. Poland rounding out the field. Chris Nielsen, he was trying to go to get the American record in the pole vault. It was 6.07 meters is what he was going for, and he just missed it. I was pulling for him. Chris Nielsen is huge. When you look at him and other pole vaulters, not only just tall, but look at his shoulders, the upper chest and everything. This man is huge compared to other pole vaulters. Even Renaud Lavillenie, which is not to the same extent of his former self, being the former world record holder, getting in 2nd. He actually tied the meet record with 5.92 meters, which Lavillenie holds. Actually, I was very interested to see why he just tied it instead of going a centimeter above. That could have been like, hey, look, I would just want to make sure I got this, put my stamp in history right now. Then I'm going to go for what I want to go to. So Nielsen first for the USA, Lavillenie for France in 2nd, and then Paul Hagen of Norway in 3rd. So here we go to men's shot put. Tom Walsh, he winded up beating Kovacs, which that was on the 3rd as well. So they went 1-2 again. He winded up going 22:31, so that's his best put of the season. He got excited. He is Kovacs is the defending world champion. For everybody that doesn't know, for the men's pole shot put, this was exciting to me. Go and watch that one. That was exciting where they answered. He went 22:31. Then Kovacs said, "All right, boom," and he answered with obviously going 22 himself. But it was just 22 even. Men's mile race walk. Now this one, I'm covering this because, man, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to walk a mile. I know that would take me about somewhere between 18 and 20 minutes to walk a mile. Now, if I'm going faster, I still don't think I will break 15 minutes. These people are going quick. These people are going quick. So I just need to point that out. From Germany, Christopher Link. There was somebody else, I think the Polish athlete might have been a 5:30. One of the athletes here was like in the 5:30s or something, and that was extremely quick or something like that for the mile, but they were well off their peak. So it was Swoboda from Poland, 11.08. Now, this was good for her. She went out fast. She got onto the field, got out on Ray, got out on everybody else in the field, and then held it and extended her lead. This is a good sign for me that she is a legitimate athlete that's coming through, because, you know, some athletes, they can do indoor and then boom. They can be overhyped and then boom. Sure, she didn't break 11 seconds. Sure, she was a 1/100th off her PR, but this is a good sign being on June 5th, 2022. That she has that potential right there. And if she was with some other world-class athletes, they could probably pull her through. Maybe she doesn't beat them, maybe she does. But if just some athletes that are slightly ahead of her, they could pull her through to a faster time. And I think that she could break 11 seconds. What do you guys think? Leave that in the comment section below. Or if you're looking at this in the premiere. I think I'm going to do it as a premiere. Comment that right there. Shannon Ray for USA got second. And then we got Anna from Poland in third. Great Britain's Bianca Williams got fifth. So, women's 400, we got Allison Felix in here. Now, this Allison Felix timed this one spot on. I think maybe just the age got to it. Or Natalia Kazmarek of Poland, she just hit a PR. So she just hit a PR just within this week, if I'm not mistaken, or last week. So her PR is 50.13, if I'm not mistaken. Could be a little bit off there, but it's a 50.1, and then she ran a 50.4. So right here, she got that strength to pull through. Allison Felix was just kind of hanging back comparison. She got out hard. I think to be honest, I think she got out on the field. The announcers really didn't acknowledge it, but she got out on the field. Then she came back on that back straightaway, and then she got out and she chilled, right? She did a Dalilah Muhammad, and then she's already in her momentum, and then everybody else was trying to pull away. When she got up to about 120 meters to go, you saw her do that second move. Again, she timed it. She temporarily pulled into the lead. She held that about 100 to about 60 meters to go. And then that's where Natalia Kazmarek of Poland, she winded up just pulling, and that strength pulled her through. Allison Felix did not fall apart. So this was just the youth being able to pull her through. Coming off of a PR, you got that momentum when you have a PR already. The Polish athletes are really tearing it up. It's gonna be very soon before one of them breaks 50 seconds when they're already at 50.1. But congratulations to Kazmarek, Poland. Allison Felix still holding that together. She got her timing down pat. I'm very confident in her later in the season. We're gonna see Sweetie Ursatic of Poland, 50.74. And here's the undertone here. Poland is still looking pretty good for a 4x4. So they're looking pretty dominant. If you look at that, their first two athletes, the third one could use a little bit of work, and then they're going to have to find a number 4 athlete. But most of the other world, if you think about it, most of them still cannot put together even 2 athletes to break 51 seconds in the way that Poland can. So that's still looking pretty good for them. So that 4x4 at the World Championships, look out for Poland. Now, women's 800, Ethiopia. This was an exciting race to me too. The pace setter was pretty much on point, slightly slower than what they were asking for, but on point. Woteje of Ethiopia, 158.28, broke her PR by over a second. Then we got Jimariki, which was I think, was she sick with COVID earlier this season? I think it was something that happened to her, either sick or she had gotten an injury or something. But she's off her PR, but no need to worry. If this was her last year, I'm confident that Jimariki would have been able to answer a little bit more. But I already saw her body. Her leg was kind of rocking back and forth in that last 100 meters. So that was a long 100 meters. As an 800-meter athlete, filling that last 100 or 150, that probably felt like a 300. The way that how her body was looking, how she was really trying to truck it. Jimariki, this is her first 800 coming back, so this is pretty good. 158.44. We're gonna see how she's gonna do in the next few races, but 158.28. Congratulations to Woteje of Ethiopia. They're coming through. Sophia Anui of Poland, 158.98. Look, we got 4 athletes under 2 minutes. So let's go over to the women's 110, Jasmine Camacho Quinn. If you see her name there, you already pretty much know what's about to happen. You pretty much know. She is on fire. She rarely loses at these times. Obviously, she takes some L's. But if you get Jasmine Camacho Quinn in the race, just tie it up. Try as hard as you can. Megan Tapper actually went backwards in this one. I was a little bit surprised there. Maybe the jet lag got to her in ways that it didn't affect other athletes. But Tapper was up there for second. And you could have thought that she might have challenged. But no, by the third hurdle, it was a wrap. And then she went backwards. And when she went backwards, it was hard going backwards. So Megan Tapper, she probably had some jet lag. But that's what I will say for this one until I see another performance. because otherwise I thought she looked a little bit better at some of her earlier meets. Then we got Pia, Poland. I'm not even going to attempt that last name there. Got second, and then Jade Barber of USA got third. But that I'm confident that Camacho Quinn, if she doesn't get a world record, she's already just right there, right away from it. So yeah, women's long jump, we got Malika of Serbia with the win. De Sousa. Can't remember that country flag right now. Let me pause this and look this up. I'm gonna probably slaughter this, but Satome and Principe, that's where De Sousa is from. And then we got Christabel. I know somebody in the comment section is gonna be like, "No, it's pronounced like this." Look, I'm trying. And then we got Nettie of Canada with a third. I think De Sousa was actually really happy. She got if I'm not mistaken, a PR with that 681. They just went back to countbacks right there, obviously, between those two, because they both got a 681. And it's going to go on who fouled and the other distances and everything. That's all we got. Check out the live stream. We're going to go live later on, most likely, or I'm going to do another premiere like this. But check out the Diamond League meet that's in Rabat later today. Catch you all. You've been watching Head and Shoulders ATR. Peace.